Hello everybody and welcome to Let's Look at Angels Fall First. So what is Angels Fall First? Well, it's an FPS shooter that reminds me oddly of PlanetSide in a way. It's got this big focus on large battles, but they're not just it's a hard game to describe. So let's just go ahead and get the settings out of the way and look what they have offer. So you have here your loadouts. You can set your base loadouts for all these things. You might see you've got heavy fighters, survivors, bombers, etc. There's are also capital ships like cruisers and stuff, but those have default loadouts that you can't change, regrettably. You've got your two teams, United League and the Antaran Empire. As you can tell, these guys, they're an empire, dictators, democracy, you know, the usual. Graphic options, I have mine on 30 because I've been playing offline, and when you play offline, well, AI is a massive drain on your CPU, so my CPU was kind of freaking out like that. See, it says it's in 1280 by 720, but it just scales to my monitor because I got full screen on, so I don't worry about it. Yeah, let's just change it up now, see if that makes any difference. 16900. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. I've got the audio turned down for YouTube purposes because it makes things louder. You can name your vehicles and such. You can change your HUD team colors and stuff, which is kind of cool. I always like stuff that lets you mess with your HUD. I think it's super cool. Alright, but let's get into the meat of the game, which is operations. Here we've got multiplayer online, and we've also got tutorial. But for operations, so you've got two main types of operations. Yeah, let's get rid of these. You've got no, we're not going to want to do that. You've got incursions, I believe they are called, which are like they're like a rush game. They're basically rush from Battlefield 4. You've got attackers and defenders. Defenders hold the point. Actually, I guess invasion from Halo Reach is more apt because it's multiple stages and stuff. It's pretty fun. Okay, I'm gonna turn down max AI players just a bit, just so I don't, you know, use my stuff too much. Yeah, briefing room timer, 5 seconds is fine. That's basically how long it takes for the game to start. Yes, you've got two types. You've got like you've got the smaller like raid types like this, and you've got larger like space battles like Maneuver. I believe they are not like they're territories. Yeah, territory battles. Territory battles are super fun. I think this is one of the incursion ones. This isn't territory, but we're gonna play territory battle because they're so fun. It is so fun. Let's play this territory. Ixon territories. It's a pretty basic one. It was one of the first ones I played. I'm gonna turn friendly fire on all the way because I'm hardcore. Turn the AI level up to 4 and 5 because the AI is not great. I'm going to have to admit it's not crazy. But so here's the whole thing about the game. Well, you get to play as a normal soldier and all that stuff too. You also get to issue commands to AIs, deploy. You get to choose the deployment of troops and stuff if you're the commander. Now the commander is something that's voted for, and the way the game uses to determine who is the most eligible player for command is basically there's a system of command ribbons and such, which for being a good commander and stuff you get more and more. But you can also get them through other ways like completing objectives and such, not necessarily just from commanding. You know, commanding, you're probably not going to get that high if you don't actually issue commands. And that below them you've got squad leaders in charge of individual squads. And now you end up with lots of squads being filled with AI, but I'm fine with, because the AI will listen to you a lot more. If we want to, we can come up here and like listen to a briefing here. I believe we have to go over here. Play briefing. It doesn't work for some reason. I think it's because the game's in early access. I don't know. You can see your AI guys just hanging out here. This is your ship. You see a nice little map. You can see a nice 3D map. Your forces, the enemy forces. I believe we're completely evenly matched, but that'll change as the battle progresses and we start taking out some of their ships. As you can see, I'm armed with a sniper rifle. Probably not the best weapon for close range unit. Now this brings me to loadouts. The first thing is armor suits. You've got 3 suits. You've got heavy, light, balanced. It's pretty self-explanatory. Light lets you move faster. Balanced suit is balanced, and then heavy suit gives you more armor. Well, it's gonna be very close quarters, so yeah, I think I'll go big suit. Now you've got your points down here, requisition points, yeah, and they all got things like combat, which I've never found a way to actually increase these. I don't know how you do it. I think there may be some way to, but in my 3-4 hours of playing the game, I haven't figured it out yet. Does not overheat. I don't want that. I'm going to want a shotgun because we're going to be super close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 1 Let's get that. As you can see, we've got sights here. We've got short range sight, long range sight. Yeah, you can put a long range sight on a shotgun if you want to. I'm not sure why you would, but you can. Why not? Improves mid-range damage and penetration. No, we don't want to mess with that. No. That's fine. That's just fine. Here you can get balanced specs, which lets you move faster, faster reloading, and more move faster. You can take. That's my secondary? Oh. Secondary. Oh yeah, you can take a secondary as your primary, but can't you? Yeah, it appears to be the same. Here, wait, there's a flamethrower. You can get a flamethrower. Yeah, you can get an assault rifle, mount a flamethrower on it. I think we'll do that because I want to show some of the cooler aspects of the game, like how you can add stuff to your weapons and such and such. Yeah, we're not going to do that. So I'll have lots of points that I'm not using. We'll get some kit. We wouldn't be able to get the auto sentry. Let's just get the med pack. We'll use that. This will be my default loadout for now. You can like mess around with the loadouts and stuff if you want to. I found that the system doesn't change your preferences though for some reason. Oh, I still have this stuff. Oh well. I'm gonna vote for myself for commander, so I get to like control the deployment of ships and such. And I can do so by simply clicking escape and popping over the TAC map. We're at the TAC map right now. I can choose where to spawn. I can spawn on a bigger ship or a smaller ship. Can I spawn at the hold it? I cannot spawn at them yet, no. So the areas where we can spawn at will show here. But there's currently no like special areas we can deploy at or anywhere. So I might just honestly wait. Hold refinery. Yeah, so we're on the defense for this mission, which isn't bad. Now all the AI automatically have objectives. I'm going to get some extractor, refinery, extractor. Okay, all right. So they're pretty much take care of themselves for themselves. It's not that crazy. Now you can spawn on these little you can spawn on the board dropships since they've launched. You can launch them yourself if you want to, but I like to wait for the AI to get that. I'll just commandeer it. You can always commandeer from the AI. Alright, so we're outside. There's a nice cool animation for getting out of the ship and all that stuff. It's pretty fun. There's lots of cool little cutscenes in this game. But with this ship, we can do fun things like going and boarding enemy ships. We can like go punch a hole in their hull and then start spawning off. You guys, if you played Star Wars Battlefront 2, you'll remember landing a gunship in the enemy hangar bay and just starting to wreck him. I'm a pretty awful dogfighter, so I'm going to just try to avoid him by going in a straight line, obviously, because you know that makes sense. Oh god, I don't remember how to use flames. Well, this thing should have good armor, so maybe that'll be alright. Hey, can I go get some of my fighters? That's not a fighter. I see some fighters over there, though. If you guys would be so kind. Now, I believe you can go EVA in this game. It's not spectacular, but I think you can equip a jetpack and start messing around. I haven't done it myself though, so don't take my word for it. Now, you may be wondering how the battles play out. Well, it's this type of battle is pretty much a DOM. I honestly kind of prefer the not incursion, whatever the other mode is called. I forget it now. I wonder. It's a wonderful review I'm doing, but I like it more because it tends to be faster. You get a lot more infantry combat. Now, some people dig this space stuff, which is alright. I feel like the space combat and stuff is held back because it doesn't have like the crazy visuals like other games do, which I guess is necessary to maintain performance. This game isn't Unreal 3 though, and I feel like that might hold it back. Oh, whoa, big guy. Yeah, so that's our big ship. Now, capital ships have pilots and individual systems. You can board them and take them out, as I was talking about. You can board earlier. Speaking of boarding, you gotta be somewhere. I have guns in this boat. I'll fight you. I'll fight you.
We're making a push on an objective.
Are we gonna miss? Whoa. Alright, he's got his shields up.
Be advised, enemy incoming on an objective.
Okay. So I'm gonna look at the TAC map.
The enemy is taking an objective. The enemy is taking an objective.
The hostile. We just appear to be holding a refinery. I think this is primarily a primarily a ship battle, so this probably wasn't the best one to show off.
An objective is under our control.
Let's go look at that guy. I believe that is a capital. Yeah, that is definitely
Be
a capital.
advised, enemy incoming on an objective. We are
Oh,
attacking
man,
an
he is
objective.
massive. Looks like our capital ship's going to go engage this, so we're gonna have a
Be
big ship
advised,
battle.
enemy incoming on an objective.
I'm not sure if I
Enemy is taking
can
an
command
objective.
the
We are
control the
attacking an
big ship. I think
objective.
that might only be done by AI.
We're striking
No,
an
wait,
objective
I feel
now.
like you
We are
probably.
taking
We're
an
just gonna shoot
objective.
at it. We're not
Be
gonna do
advised,
anything.
enemy incoming on an
I
objective.
don't even think
The
our
enemy
bullets
is
are making
taking
it
an
to it.
objective.
Let's try that. There we go. Now it's turned red, so we can actually hit it. We're in weapons range.
We're striking an objective now.
Doing absolutely nothing. If you look on the bottom left, you can see its health and stuff. You can also see our speed and everything else in there. The manual. You can turn gravity on or off. What is it? Is it X or Z?
Enemy incoming on an
One of the
objective.
hotkeys. I don't remember which one. But
Be advised, enemy incoming on an objective.
alright, so we're gonna go try to blow this down.
Enemy incoming on an objective. We are attacking an objective.
Let's go. When we get on, I'll probably want to take out some of his turrets or his shields. If we can take out his shields, we will.
Be advised, enemy incoming on an objective. We're
Yeah, I'll
striking
go
an
take
objective
out the
now.
shield myself.
The enemy is taking an objective. The enemy is taking an objective.
Alright. Okay, we're gonna try to come in.
Be advised,
Slow down.
enemy incoming on an objective.
Alright, I activated the boarding approach.
On an
We'll
objective.
be able to get on in time.
Enemy has taken an objective.
Okay,
The
we
enemy
made
is
it on.
taking an objective.
We're gonna pop
The
off.
enemy is
We're gonna
taking an
blow open the
objective.
hole. Oh
We're
no,
striking
we
an
got damage.
objective now. The enemy
Ah,
has taken
we
an
died right
objective.
before we
The
got
enemy is
it.
taking an objective.
Well,
Be
you see
advised,
kind of how
enemy
boarding
incoming on
works.
an
You just show
objective.
up and you just attach to it, and then you die. Yeah. I'll take that very much. Yeah. Oh man, did the game just crash on me? I hope it didn't. There we go. Every once in a while, the game's still in early access, so every once in a while it'll do hiccups like that, which wouldn't be acceptable if it were out. But since it's not out, it's a little bit of a free pass. Not too much though. Oh god.
Be advised, enemy incoming on an objective. We're striking an objective now.
Okay,
the
is
enemy
that
is taking an
free?
objective. The enemy is taking an
I
objective.
don't know. The enemy, our RAM battle AI is freaking out about how the enemy is taking an objective, but we appear to be holding all the sites anyway, so we'll be fine. I really want to board a ship because I feel like that's where like a
The
lot.
enemy is taking an objective.
Is that where I'm supposed to be
Be advised, enemy
aiming in
incoming on
order
an
to hit it,
objective.
counting for its movement? Yeah, it's got a lot of point difference. Probably shouldn't bother shooting at it and just getting as
We're
fast as
making a push
possible.
on an objective. The
See if we
enemy
can
is
come
taking
in
an
on the
objective.
belly.
Be advised, enemy incoming on an
Come in
objective.
underneath
We're
it.
making a push on an objective. Be advised, enemy
If we can
incoming on
get
an
a
objective.
successful boarding
Be
action,
advised,
that'll
enemy
really help us
incoming
win.
on an objective. The enemy is taking
As
an
you see that
objective.
I'm
We're making a
clicking
push on
shift
an
to
objective.
boost, and
Be
as you can
advised,
see in the
enemy
lower left,
incoming on
got
an
the
objective.
gray
Be
circle that's
advised,
getting
enemy
smaller.
incoming on an objective. The enemy is taking an objective. Be
That is your
advised,
boost.
enemy incoming on an
Auto
objective.
approach. I love how it just neutralizes our speed completely. Not the most realistic thing. This looks like a really that texture. Jeez. It kind of looks like a really ugly Pelican drop. Alright, we reached maybe 3 seconds. I'm assuming that means you've already done it.
The enemy is taking an objective. We're striking an objective now. Be advised, enemy incoming on an objective.
Alright, so I can get out of the drop ship and just go. Wait.
Be advised, enemy incoming
What
on
the
an
heck?
objective. Be advised, enemy incoming
Are we
on
not
an
attached
objective. We're
anymore?
striking an objective now.
Whoa.
The enemy is taking an objective. Be advised, enemy incoming on an objective.
Why did we detach?
We're striking an objective now. The enemy is taking an objective. We're making a push on an objective. Be
Oh my,
advised,
what happened
enemy
here?
incoming on
I
an
have
objective.
lost
Be
my
advised,
orientation
enemy incoming
completely.
on an objective. The enemy is taking an objective. Be advised, enemy incoming on an objective. We're making a push on an objective.
Oh, no, don't want to get out. Want to activate the boarding
The
procedure.
enemy is taking an objective.
Yeah, this isn't enemy,
Be
right?
advised, enemy incoming on an objective.
I think it is.
We are attacking an objective. The enemy is taking an objective. We're making a push on an objective.
Okay, well I died. So we don't. I don't know why, but I don't seem to be able to board anything too well. Oh, we breached anyway. Okay, maybe that's why I can't, because it was already breached by someone
Be
else.
advised, enemy
We
incoming
have
on
to
an
do that too.
objective.
We appear to have reached them pretty much everywhere. Dang.
Be advised, enemy
Oh
incoming
wait, no,
on
that's
an
just our
objective.
objective. Or is it? I don't know. I don't know. Alright, we got all
Be
of the
advised,
AIs in
enemy
here.
incoming on an objective. The enemy is taking an objective. The enemy is taking an objective.
Okay, someone just took
Now
out the
attacking an
transport.
objective. The enemy has taken an objective. An objective is under our control.
So we're probably gonna end
enemy
up
is
winning
taking
this
an
game.
objective.
Not due
The enemy
in
is
fact
taking
to
an
anything
objective.
I've done.
Be advised, enemy incoming
Completely
on an
due to the
objective.
AI, but whatever. It's happens. A larger solar warhead. Yeah. So I'll go out with one of the
striking an
big
objective
bombers,
now.
try to make what difference I can.
The enemy is taking an objective. We are attacking an
really
objective.
can't.
Be advised, enemy incoming on an objective.
So
The
we
enemy is taking an objective.
heavy big torpedo. We don't need that.
We're making
Alright,
a push
this'll
on
be
an
fine.
objective. The enemy is
Let's
taking
go
an
out.
objective.
And we'll go use our missiles. Try to take stuff out. See how much we can do. So the game flows okay-ish. I'm still not sure about it. It's still in early access. I feel like if you like what you see, you like big battles with lots of freedom and control for you to do what you want, I feel like you really like it. But if that's not your thing,
Be advised,
well, it's just
enemy
fine if it's
incoming on an
not,
objective.
then it's alright.
Be advised, enemy incoming
I'll
on
try
an
to hit
objective.
this guy.
The enemy is taking an objective.
Ooh. I can use my scroll bar to scroll through all the different missiles I have available.
We're making a push on an objective.
this capital
Be
ship
advised, enemy
being
incoming
low.
on an objective. Be advised, enemy incoming on an objective. Be advised, enemy incoming on an objective. The enemy is taking an objective.
Homing missile launch,
Attacking an
fire.
objective.
That's how missiles work, kids. You just hold down the right trigger,
Be advised,
Really, so
enemy
they've
incoming
locked
on
on.
an objective. We're striking an objective now.
then this will get after him.
Be advised, enemy incoming on an objective. The enemy is taking an objective.
I don't think that worked too well. Yeah, I
Be
died.
advised, enemy
Yeah,
incoming
as you
on
can
an
tell, I'm not the
objective. Be
best
advised,
dog
enemy
fighter.
incoming on an objective.
Let's get in the starboard hangar. Go find me some bombers again. I wanna get something done. I spawned on the interceptor outside, of course.
The enemy is taking an objective.
What is this?
Be advised,
I don't
enemy
remember
incoming
this.
on an objective. We're making a push on an
It's a
objective. We're
katana
making a
assault
push on an
fighter. Alright.
objective.
Well then, let's just go. Get in. Get in our
Be
skim
advised,
car bomber
enemy
again.
incoming on an objective. The enemy is
Alright,
taking
we
an
got
objective.
the big
The
bomber.
enemy is taking an objective. The enemy is taking
Firing
an
silences,
objective. We're
high
making a
speed,
push on
whatever.
an
Alright, let's go
objective.
out there. Breach and clear, boy. Alright, we're gonna be launched out of our ship. See, this is kind of cool. But like, the graphics just... I feel like if they had better graphics, it really like do this and that thing. It kind of reminds me of what Titanfall tried to do, like if you played the campaign at the beginning and stuff. Or the one mission, the Battle of Demeter, where like you start out in the drop pods or the drop ships to the other side you play, and you like either fall from the sky or you get shot down. Something like that would be nice. Regrettably,
The enemy is taking an objective. The enemy is taking an objective. Be advised, enemy incoming on an objective. We're making a push on an objective.
alright. So I'm just gonna keep
advised,
hammering at this guy
enemy
with missiles
incoming on an
until he
objective.
dies.
The enemy is taking an objective. Be
His
advised,
shield is
enemy
still
incoming
working.
on an objective.
Okay,
The
so
enemy is
I
taking
didn't
an
do very good
objective.
that time, but you can kind of get a view of how it sees. Now, not all of these, some of these are ground, but I feel like covering the space combat was really good this way. Of course, we'll have ground combat all next time, so you guys will get to see how that works. I think it works pretty well. Anyway, as always, like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you want to see more every day. Goodbye.